Welcome to episode 2 of Bulldog Video Media. Although our staff roster has changed with the semester, this episode is comprised by first semester staff. I'm Lucas.
And I'm Joe.
And this is how we roll.
The wrestlers continue to work hard this season under the guidance of great coaching staff. One of these coaches is alumni Alex Hermes. BVM staff member and wrestler Carter Stinton interviewed Hermes to find out what wrestling has taught him about life.
How did wrestling for Lamar's change your life?
Ways, it teaches you to be tough. It teaches you to be, self-reliant. You walk out on that wrestling mat and it's you versus the other guy. So you got to figure it out on your own pretty quick. And I think that toughness, that work ethic, that figure it out on your own aspect of wrestling is really helpful.
I think one thing Hermes taught me was to always be aggressive, because you can't go into a match and be happy and actually expect to win. You have to go out there and work and get every move and every takedown you can get, and you have to actually work for it. You can't expect it to just be there. You have to get it and earn it yourself.
I think the biggest thing is you just have to be ready to go every day.
Many of our students see Mike Weaver in the halls every day, but did you ever wonder how he got into the business of custodial maintenance? BVM staff member Joe Rosner visited with the high school head custodian to learn more.
I started it as a part-time job during college, and then soon after that I started my own business, my own janitorial business, and it grew pretty rapidly, actually, in Sioux City. And I did that for like 15 years, and then I sold it.
What does your job consist of?
Cleaning up things, picking up trash, setting up for events, snow removal, just a little bit of everything.
When do you usually start and end your workday?
I start about 6 a.m., open up the building, turn on all the lights, and then my day ends roughly around 5:30, 6 o'clock. Some days it's earlier, some days it's a lot longer.
What do you like least about your job?
I would say snow removal.
What do you like most about your job?
Interaction with everyone here, whether it be the teachers or the kids. Yeah.
Are there different times or seasons that are more difficult?
I would say the winter times, because, like I said before, the snow removal, there's a lot more work involved with that.
Anything else you'd like to share?
The funniest thing that I found since I've been here was somebody had planted a dead squirrel in one of the lockers, and it was towards the end of the school year last year. I thought it was funny.
Did it smell?
No, someone told us about it before that point, and the way they had it positioned, it was kind of funny.
Reporting from Bulldog Video Media, this is Joe Rosner. I don't like moving snow in the winter either, but it's a job that has to be done. Thank you, Mike, and all of our custodians for the work you do every day.
Let's take a short break before hearing about Quiz Bowl.
Enjoy a great meal and support the Lamar's FFA program with their first annual Soup Scholarship Supper. It will be from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. on January 28th in the high school commons. A free will donation will be taken. Enjoy some soup and tasty cinnamon rolls before cheering on the girls and boys against Heelan. We greatly appreciate your help in supporting our students as they plan for their future. Please encourage others to attend as well. See you there.
Here at Lamar's community, we love to show support for the ones deployed. One way we show our support is by Hoops for Troops. Hoops for Troops is a project where we collect certain items.
I am Staff Sergeant Brent Jarvis, and I'd like to take this time to thank Lamar's Community High School Student Council for their care package that they sent me during my deployment from 2016 to 2017 over in the Middle East.
Some of the items are trail mix without chocolate, which you can bring to Mr. Star, microwavable popcorn, which you can bring to Miss Bork, jerky sticks, which you can bring to Miss Sadowski or Miss Westhoff, and various other items. To see what to bring and where to bring it, look for the posted posters on some of the teachers' doors. Past events have really helped our soldiers out. Staff Sergeant Brent Jarvis thanks us for our support.
These gifts that groups such as yourself send to us, we're reminded that we're not forgotten back at home. And again, I'd like to send out a special thank you to the Lamar's Community High School Student Council for the gifts that you sent to us. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Student Council will be collecting items for care packages through February 7th. In addition, if you have an address of someone deployed, please send it to the high school office.
Don't forget to show our troops you care. Drop off items at the high school today. BVM reporter and Quiz Bowl member Kara Albright tells us about their preparation for the upcoming contest.
Quiz Bowl is not a well-known activity at LCHS, but it is very successful and has been having a great year. Because Quiz Bowl does not get the publicity of other activities, many people have to hear about it from others.
So I was at a cross-country practice, and Mrs. Russ stopped me during a cross-country practice and forced me to come to a meeting.
Additionally, the team has picked up some wins this year, but these victories did not come without effort.
I prepare for Quiz Bowl by playing Trivia Crack.
A few team members were asked about why someone should join Quiz Bowl.
People should join Quiz Bowl because it's thebomb.com.
It's pretty fun, and there's fun people in it.
Now, let's go over to Coach Jackie Tenninger for more info about the district qualifying Quiz Bowl meet.
The qualifying tournament that we're going to is January 18th, and there are 32 teams that will be at Buena Vista University in Storm Lake. The top 4 will qualify to participate in the televised competition that will be aired on KCAU, I believe, sometime in March and April.
Bulldog Video Media wishes the Quiz Bowl team good luck at their district meet.
The mention of Supin Bowl means the Super Bowl is coming up soon. Let's see which team is favored by fans.
Jimmy G all the way, baby. Chiefs all day, baby.
Although I really like Kansas City because they're in this area, gotta go with these guys.
I think the Chiefs will win. Speaking of winning, some of our students win with outside activities such as motocross. Allison Rudin tells us more.
Motocross is a very exciting and difficult sport that some students here at LCHS compete in year-round.
BVM reporter Allison Rudin is one of these racers. So tell me, Allison, what got you into this sport?
Well, I've been riding ever since I was little, just because my dad's done it ever since he was little, and I've just kind of grown up in the sport. I also interviewed some of the other racers as well. Here are their stories.
I was 11 when I started riding and 14 when I started racing. I ride because it gives me something to do. I think it's pretty more difficult. I go every weekend, about $40 a class.
What is the best part about racing dirt bikes?
Getting mad air.
So I started riding when I was like 7, and I started racing when I was like 9 or 10. So it's way easier than like baseball and football. I mean, you have to have a lot of coordination, and it takes a lot to hold on to the thing. Sometimes like jumps get to me.
What is the best part about racing dirt bikes?
It's fun, and I get to hang out with Allie every single weekend.
Motocross looks fun, but too dangerous for me. I'd rather do leisure sports. BVM reporter Jake Frankson-Small provides information all about the class.
Physical education is required at LCHS, but intense physical exercise isn't for everybody. That's why leisure activities is offered. so students can get their physical activity in a low-stress environment.
I chose it because you get to pick what you're going to do and aren't forced to do any activity you don't want to, so you just get to do what you like.
Well, most of the other ones didn't seem appealing, and I was told this was like the easiest one, so I thought, why not? And I've never looked back since.
You know, the most popular activities in this class have been walking, cornhole or bags, and obviously we have a lot of people right now in this trimester playing the Cups game. So those have been probably the three most popular things we've done in leisure activities.
My favorite thing to do is stack cups.
I either like to walk or I shoot some hoops sometimes.
How do you think LCHS should continue to offer this class?
Yeah, I think it's a great choice for students. Kind of breaks up the day a little bit and kind of is a little bit different than our other classes that we offer. So it's just gives us a little variety in our programming.
So, if you're looking for a physical education class to take, I recommend leisure activities so you can get your exercise in a low-stress environment.
Looks like a fun class. You never know what you're going to use in life.
Sometimes it's the hard lessons that get us through. Former reporter Jacob Everson interviewed a former LCHS student on how he found hope during the dark times.
Freshman year, I was going through a pretty dark phase. I went through a gothic stage where I wore crazy clothes like trench coats, pants with chains on them, spikes, you name it. It was crazy looking back. But I hung around with a lot of bad people, bad kids. We would skip class all the time. We would go smoke cigarettes, just do dumb stuff. Grades were very poor. We're talking D's and F's. And it didn't really feel like there was anyone on my side to help. It felt like I was just a burden to all the teachers, to Mr. Iverson, who at the time was the assistant principal. It just felt like I was just in a dark place and wasn't anywhere close to getting out of it. Halfway through freshman year, I got expelled and sent to the Boys and Girls Home High School in Sioux City. And that place is where the biggest troublemakers go, drug users and stuff like that. And after being there for a while, one day I just woke up and realized, this isn't me. I'm not someone that's going to go to jail when I'm 18. I'm not a lifelong criminal and stuff like that. So I just cleaned up my act and got out of there and was able to be reinstated back to Lamar's community. But a big part of it too was with the support of people like Mrs. Eisenbrand, Mrs. Gray over in the middle school, and a couple of others. But those teachers always believed that I had it in me to get back on the right track, and to this day support me while I'm at Iowa State.
What advice would you give to others when, say, if they're in a dark stage in their life?
We always have tomorrow. We always have next week to change things. Just because we're in a bad place right now doesn't mean that 5 years from now we could be in a totally different stage of life, and which is the exact case that happened to me. But I think the most important thing is to never forget that there is always somebody on your side who's going to believe in you. Even if you feel like nobody cares about you and people just want you to fail, that is not true. There is always at least one person who will look out for you and make sure that you succeed. Whenever I think about it, I just get a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach, and I come back to the high school and I see these other kids that are in my shoes that I was in, and I just wouldn't ever want to see anyone else go through that. I think everyone in this school and elsewhere are smart kids. I think everyone can have a really bright future, and just to go down that road, it's not worth it.
Speaking of futures, how has the last 5, 6, 7 years been? How have you changed your life since high school?
I haven't gotten in any trouble with the law at all, minus one speeding ticket on Thanksgiving Day in 2017. My grades, complete opposite of what they were in high school. Like Mrs. Eisenbrand said, I'm doing 4.0 semesters. Financially, figured my stuff out. I'm doing well financially. Just a lot better attitude, a lot more positive and optimistic. And just overall, the past 5 years or so have been really great.
Cohen graduated in 2011, worked until he went to WIT in 2016 and 2017, and is now set to graduate at ISU in Management Information Systems with a 4.0. Cohen credits Mrs. Tina Gray, Mrs. Nancy Eisenbrand, and Mrs. Julie Tyson for making it through the tough years. It goes to show that being kind pays off for everyone.
We conclude with that message. Be kind to everyone. I'm Lucas.
And I'm Joe.
Thank you
Thanks
for watching
our show.